to win a C-Class?
Let's talk C-Class, and in India C-Class was launched in 3 variants only, and to kick off the variant list was this base C200 which was priced at 59.4 lakhs. Moving up the variant list came the C220D which was priced around 60.3 lakhs, and the C300, the top variant, which was priced at 66 lakhs. And now you can get a used C-Class in the market for around 45 to 50 lakhs, and this baby was sadly sold for 45 lakhs, but we can hook you up with a very good and a sweet deal if you're looking out for a C-Class, so hit us up. Let's kick off this video by talking about the exterior design of the C-Class, and a brand new C-Class means a brand new exterior. So you've got your newer bumpers, you've got your revised tail lamps which were inspired by the revised E-Class. The only thing that's been carried out from the previous C-Class are your fake exhaust vents. Mercedes, please. But overall, the rear of the car looks absolutely stunning.
Moving on to the side of the C-Class, and from the side, the C-Class does look like a mini S-Class, a compactor and a sportier version of an S-Class, in my opinion. But from the side, it's a pretty standard side. Over here, you've got your fuel tank, which is 66 liters. On here, you've got this lovely chrome. I like this chrome across the windows going all around. And being an entry-level C-Class, this bad boy rides on 17 inches of alloy wheels. And in my opinion, they do look like wheel caps. So in my opinion, you should opt for the 18 or the 19 inches. Now moving on to the front of the C-Class.
Let's talk about the front of the C-Class, and as you can see, it's a brand new look for the C-Class, and the most distinctive part about the front are these new headlights. These are Mercedes LED high performance headlights. But now moving on to this big air intake grille which has the Mercedes logo integrated in it. Earlier it used to be a good solid plank of metal, but now everything has been made plastic, and in my opinion it does not justify the money you are paying. Now moving on to the new freshly designed bumpers. As you can see, the air intake continues to below as well, and you've got this lovely chrome strip which in my opinion looks really cool in the front. But again, the fakery continues from the rear, and you have these fake air intakes on the side in which your parking sensors are integrated, but they could have done a better job with this fakery going all around. But overall speaking about the front design, I think it looks really, really cool.
Now let's talk power. And being the C200, Mercedes have downsized the engine to a 1.5 liter. Yes guys, they have downsized it, and I am pretty sad too, but it is what it is. So being a 1.5 liter engine, it has 4 cylinders and it is turbocharged. Also, it's a mild hybrid. All C-Classes are. But it produces 201 bhp and 300 Newton meters of torque. Also, it's combined with a 9-speed gearbox. That's also standard across all C-Class variants. But the other 2 variants, the C300 and the 220D, get a 2-liter engine, again turbocharged and mild hybrid. So the diesel producing 197 bhp and 440 Newton meters of torque, and your C300 producing 254 bhp and 400 Newton meters of torque. Inside the C-Class, and the first impression you get is that Mercedes have nailed the interior of C-Class, and it does give you that S-Class while it's C-Class money. Take a look over here. You've got this lovely piano black wooden trim which looks fantastic. There's chrome all around you. You cannot even miss a spot. There's chrome on the AC vents, there's chrome around the screen, there's chrome on your steering wheel, there's chrome on the door handles, there's chrome everywhere and makes the car looks nice. Also, Mercedes leather feels really nice in this car. As you see, the soft touch on the dash over here, you've got soft touch leather, and the interior, oh my god, I just like it so much. Also, you've got these floating door handles. Also, this blank for your seat controls and your door lever is just looks good. But what I feel, in my opinion, that Mercedes C-Class's interior is best in the segment look-wise, but built-wise, that ain't the same story. You've got scratchy plastic over here, on the door bins. Also, the materials are just flimsy, as you can see over here. Just doesn't feel that well built like a 3 Series or an Audi A4. But by far, this is the best looking interior, and I would take this interior with a blink of an eye because it's just so good. But everything that looks good doesn't mean it does not have flaws. And here are some for you. The seats are pretty low to the floor, so it makes it difficult for you to get in and out of the car. While the screen and this black trim looks nice, but it captures fingerprint like this, and you'll have to clean it regularly. With the climate controls button gone and integrated into the screen, it makes it difficult to use while driving. While the glass of the sunroof is huge, it still opens halfway. Also, there are too many buttons on the steering wheel, so it makes it difficult to operate. Also, half of them are touch sensitive, and you can also, of course, press them, which makes it hard to use while you're driving. While the chrome AC vents look good, but they can be distracting while driving because of the reflection over there. As the C-Class has gone mild hybrid, the spare wheel space has been taken up by the batteries, and the boot space has been taken up by the spare wheel. Where there is bad, there is good, and here are some good things about the C-Class for you. While the steering wheel is big and has a lot of buttons, but it can be operated electronically, that too in a C-Class. You've got an 11.9 full touch screen, which is smooth, and the quality is crisp, and the camera quality is even crisper. Though changing the climate controls while driving can be difficult, but Mercedes thought about it by giving you an ambient option. Brilliant. Unlike other automakers who think Android phones are cheap, Mercedes have no discrimination policy, and they have given Android Auto and Apple CarPlay fitted in the infotainment system. As soon as you unlock the car, the AC ventilation turns on to keep you cool. You've got a lot of display options so that you never get bored while you're driving, also navigation included. Now all C-Classes are mild hybrid, so the turbo lag is gone and your fuel economy is up.
Where there is dark, there is light. And in this case, you've got 64 colors of light. Can be folded electronically, so you don't even have to move a muscle, and the S-Class luxury continues.
Which brings me on to the boot of the C-Class, and as you can see, it has 455 liters of space, which is not best in the class, but it will do. Also, the opening is wide enough, so putting in items is very easy for you. The only issue with the boot is the load lift, it's very deep. So carrying out heavier items from the boot could be a hassle. But other than that, you've got your hooks on each corners, and you've got a tow hook right over here on the top so that your items don't fly around. Also, you have a net on one side, and you have none to little storage under the mat. But at the end of the day, it's a fairly standard boot of a fairly standard saloon. Now let's talk practicality by using the bottle of Practicality. The front door bins are open and wide to slide the bottle easily. The glove box is nice and big and can accommodate the bottle. One thing great about Mercedes is the seat controls are positioned in such a manner so that you don't have to just go around and fiddle around and trying to find the right button, and you can adjust your seat precisely. Another thing I love about Mercedes is the gear selector position, as it frees up the cabin in between and makes it look seamless. Go. With the gear selector gone, it frees up the space in the center, and you get two cup holders, one for the passenger and one for the driver. The cup holders are deep enough so your drink won't spill, and if you have smaller cups, you can adjust the width of the cup holders. Also, you've got a C-type lightning port over there and a wireless charging pad, so you can keep your phone and forget about it. You must be wondering, one C-type port for 2 passengers, but no, you have 2 more USB-C ports over here and a decent size storage, but it cannot accommodate the bottle of Practicality. Another thing I love about Mercedes is for creating this ISOFIX design.
With the Practicality bit over, which brings me on to the rear seat of Mercedes C-Class, and first impression is that I'm shocked
because earlier I never used to fit in a C-Class, but look at this. Now I have enough knee room and headroom, and Mercedes have always been brilliant with the headroom by keeping the curtain part overhead, and also you've got this glass roof where the interior doesn't feel claustrophobic at all. Also you have some space over here behind the seat. What I don't like is that the headrests are not removable for the front passenger, and it kind of obstructs your view for the whole view. But other than that, nothing else here is bad. I mean, I can spend a long time in the back seat of the C-Class. Driving the C-Class, and let's turn this baby on. Wow, you wouldn't even notice that the car just got turned on. And the first thing you notice is that the S-Class madness continues in the driving as well as it is so nicely insulated. I mean, I cannot hear things from outside. The engine noise is minimum. There's no wheel noise, there's no wind noise. Of course, I'm not traveling at such high speeds, but still, it's very well insulated and I like it. Also, it does feel like a sportier S-Class because turning this baby, there's so little body roll and the throttle response is nice, and though I'm in comfort mode. Though there are two problems with the C-Class in India, as they've not given a rear wheel steering wheel in Indian models, and that's shameful thing. And the second thing is you instantly notice that they've downsized the engine, and that plays on the performance. Though it's making more power than before, 201 bhp, but still the 1.5 isn't just powerful enough as a 2-liter used to be, and you notice that instantly. Also, Mercedes C-Class time is to be claimed around 7.5 seconds. So let me test that out for you guys and see how fast this baby is. Right now I'm going to pull up in the underpass, and at the starting of the underpass I'm going to stop it and put it into Sports Plus. Alright, doing 0 to 100 in C-Class in sports mode, and here we go. Man, she felt faster than a 7.5, I'm damn sure. Also in sports mode, the suspension stiffens, the steering is heavier, and throttle response is sharper, and I like the sports mode. But in my opinion, a 3 Series does drive well because, I mean, BMs are meant to do that. But the C-Class is doing a fantastic job, and again it's doing that floaty thing with the suspension, so good job with that suspension also. But at the end of the day, the C-Class is supposed to be driven in comfort mode. Now let's put it back to comfort mode and let's see how she drives now. In comfort mode, I think it is appropriate for city driving. Like I said before, the road noise is close to nil, the wind noise is close to nil. Also, there's no noise from tire. Also, the engine is quite quiet because 1.5 is helping somewhere. So I think it is a good car for a daily driver, and you should definitely consider this if you want to do a city driving or even go on highways for longer journey. Though the back seat is a little questionable, but I think she'll do. What's my final verdict for the C-Class? You should definitely consider this car because Mercedes have done a fantastic job with the C-Class. Though 3 Series drive better, and if you're just looking for driving, you should definitely go for a BMW or a Jaguar. But overall, this car is a complete powerhouse. You've got comfort, you've got that sporty finesse, and you have that Mercedes logo on the steering wheel. So you should definitely consider this car in your choices.